Hello everyone, JRDL96 here with a brand new reaction. As you can tell by the title, it's another Markiplier video and it's another animation from the Distractable podcast. Now it's been, a little while I think since I've seen one of those animations. I think the last Distractable animation was the Korean massage story. I think the last animation I remember vividly watching was the one based on Go My Favorite Sports Team, where it involved that block of cheese, as they were rolling down the hill, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while, so I've kind of lost track of time and stuff like that. So this story is interesting. I could tell it's a distractible story. I stole a condom. Now, I'm assuming this is Mark in his early life. So I wonder what that purpose was for. I think we all know what it was for. But, I wonder, how did this happen? So I guess we'll just find out right now. So without ado, let's react to this video, shall we?
Yes. So this is back at my first job. My first job was at Kroger. Yeah, I worked as a non-food stocking clerk, which means I'm in charge of everything that was not food.
It worked at a supermarket too, huh?
In addition to stocking the non-food
Thank God I didn't.
shelves,
That's what I initially, applied for before they told me, "Hey, we're gonna put you in deli department."
Leave behind.
Oh my God!
Leave, like,
I saw what you did there.
Places, and I'm supposed to go grab them, put them in a cart, push them to the back. So
the skateboard and the basketballs in the shape of something else.
A few weeks into my first job doing this particular part of my job, I noticed something behind the baby food. I scooted it aside, and I saw a box of condoms. But the problem with this one is it was torn open, right? Someone had ripped open a box, stolen out some condoms. Don't know why, just happens. But the first time I had ever seen something like that. And so me, being a 15-year-old, I go, what?
What?
Condoms? Oh my goodness. I was actually flustered at even the thought.
Oh,
of
so shook.
handling this box of condoms, but I put it in the cart and I started pushing the cart around. And I was like, and I didn't have a girlfriend or anything at the time, so it was like,
oh really?
Need for this. But for some reason in my mind, I went, maybe if I had some condoms, maybe I might be able to have sex someday. I'd be ready for it at least. As I'm pushing my cart through the aisles, I start slowing down physically, like the cart, because I'm thinking okay, it's in where you scoot out the baby thing and it's you sit a toddler in there. So it's at the top part of that, and I had positioned it very carefully for there, so that as I'm pushing the cart, I could slowly move my hand off of the grip and down and try to grab a condom out of it, and I'd be like, I'll just pocket one, and then I'll have one. I will have the condom power. I didn't realize that. I thought all the ladies would be like, "Whoa, you have a condom? Oh yes."
Oh my God.
That looks like the kind of guy that has a condom.
Oh good Lord.
I didn't know you were a man.
God damn, that's
so
uncanny.
I reach into the box eventually after moving to a snail's place, because I knew they had cameras and they watch. I felt like,
yeah, I was just gonna say, weren't there cameras around?
As soon as I started making my move, so I had to.
You were 15, so this was roughly 2004, probably.
Which condoms are in a roll,
because you were born the same year as my
and
sister was.
I couldn't do this one-handed, especially considering it's a small box and I'm trying to stick my hand in. There's not enough room, so I'm panicking. I'm sweating. So I bail. I remove my hand from it. I'm like, there's no way I can do this. I can't. It's not here amongst the green beans. No way. I pushed the cart around, and then eventually I made it back to the place. If you probably have seen it in grocery stores where there's just a random cart with a bunch of bullshit in it by the back door. That's where I would put it, because then they would take it back and they would.
Oh my God. The fucking laugh of Wade.
So.
That laugh, Wade.
But then I have this surge of adrenaline, and I'm mad because I lost my quote-unquote chance. If the camera saw me, it would look like I was a cryptid, because I was standing there at that shelf of discount items, just fuming, and then in a flurry of motion, I reach my hand and rip off one as fast as I can, and then shove it in my pocket, and I just stomped away. I stomped and I sat at the makeup counter, and I just stood there, and I sat there. And I didn't finish the job I was doing. I didn't finish collecting all the shit. I didn't stock any shelf, and I just sat there for 30 minutes as my heart was I did it.
I went down a rabbit hole in my own mind of imagining ways you'd get out of that.
What should Markiplier
You walked
do?
up and you were just like, no, just counting them to see how many were stolen. Or like the manager comes up behind you and is like, hey, what are you doing? And you're like, you put your left hand in and put your left hand out. Like, I was just using this box to play this game.
What are you doing? Here's the little balloon animal. Look, this is a doggy.
Look, it's a snake. I have recreated how the thief did it. He put his hand in the box and then took the condoms out. We should give this information to the police.
I'm glad you're here. You're just in time. So, that's how I got
Oh no, it was the I didn't kill anybody.
Trust me, they went unused.
Okay, so I was wrong about the last animation I remember watching. It was the Mark didn't kill anyone thing. When it was him and his brother, and they were messing around in the woods, and the kid got hurt. You know, like, and they were like, we haven't seen that kid ever again, that kind of thing. So I was kind of wrong on that. I thought it was the Korean massage, but my goodness. So Mark at this time was 15 years old, so roughly 2004, 2005, roughly around that time. And it was his first job when he was he was stocking shelves at this grocery store, the supermarket essentially. I guess he was not in charge for foods, but non-food products, like, a lot of stuff. So I guess his job was just to, stock whatever is needed and take stuff out that's not in the right place. And he ends up discovering, hidden behind a couple, things, an open box of condoms. And Mark thinks, oh, that would be great to get, some action. I don't know why, but, that's kind of funny. So, I just find that hilarious. But, Mark at that time did not have a girlfriend. So, I kind of find that funny. Like, why would you think that would be a good idea? That's not going to get you places. It's going to involve more being talkative and social to girls if you want to go out with someone. I don't know. That's just Mark's way of thinking, I guess, at that time. I don't know, but it was kind of funny with just seeing Wade and Bob dressed up as girls in Mark's, imaginary way of, like, him getting action because he just has a condom in his hand and it's getting all the chicks' attention. Oh my god. I kind of have funny stories related, like, not necessarily anything funny, but look, I have yet to lose my V card. Even though I'm 27 years old. It's funny because I've seen... There was this actually happened, like, I think in a month and a half ago. It was on a, I believe, Thursday night. I was working at, my current job. I've been coming back from getting my food, technically in a sense my lunch dinner break. I come back and there's a car right next to me that, I noticed when I pulled up right in front of the office where I usually, work at, in this park. And I noticed to my left, this car is just sitting there. And I'm getting out and I see a guy, and I happen to see a guy in the back seat, like facing down, shirtless, and kind of moving up and down slightly. I just started dying of laughter silently. I didn't want to alert them, obviously, but I just started laughing silently, like, oh my god. Like, I didn't know what the fuck to do. Luckily, no one said anything, but I was just thinking to myself, I've rarely seen anybody do shit like that. Like, it was so funny, back in college, I was going down this hallway in this building before my class would start to try to, like, kill time, essentially. I was going, like, walking around trying to kill time, and I'm walking down the hallway, and I happen to look to my right at the end of that at that corner where you turn, in that little, like, it's, like, shaped like an L, like, this little inside area of, like, this missing piece, pretty much, essentially. Not, you know, accidentally, but it was like designed in that way where it's like a little square, you know, hole is there, you know, in the wall instead of like an actual wall. It's kind of like this wall that kind of goes like that. And there was this couple just sitting there making out, and the second I saw that, I immediately noped and I turned right back around, and I just started laughing to myself. I'm like, okay, I'll leave you guys to it. And on occasion, especially now in my current job, I've, you know, picked up used condoms on the ground, and I'm like, way to go, buddy. Okay, enough rambling about my stories in life, but hopefully, overall, I really enjoyed that story. I found that pretty funny. There is another animation that was just that was released a few days later, like a couple days later, called Bob's Revenge by a different animator. So that's gonna be interesting to watch. I wonder what that means by Bob's Revenge. Is it his revenge against Lowe's for fucking him over with the fridge? I don't know, honestly. But Mark Havies obviously has been lately busy with a lot of stuff. He just put out, you know, the trailer for the Iron Lung movie. You know, that kind of gives us our first look at him in the movie, coming out of a pool of blood. And, you know, also, he kind of also clarified during his live stream playing Fazbear Nights, you know, that cool first person, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's, you know, free roam Five Nights at Freddy's remake. He finally confirmed that he was not going to appear in the Five Nights at Freddy's film that just came out not too long ago. It was because of what I suspected. It was because that the timing wasn't good. The timing was kind of, you know, unfortunate, because at the same time that the Five Nights at Freddy's movie was being filmed, Mark was currently at that time filming his Iron Lung movie. So there wasn't enough time, essentially, for Mark to fly in to wherever, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's was filming to film whatever he was going to, you know, be in, whatever role that was. Apparently, he was originally going to be the original security guard that gets killed in the beginning of the film. You know, that before, you know, it was the security guard that worked at Freddy Fazbear's before Mike Schmidt ends up getting the job in the movie. He was, you know, that other guy that we saw him like this, about to be killed by one of the animatronics. So that's what I remember seeing, like, somewhere on Twitter. So I don't know if that's officially true or confirmed, but that would have been really unfortunate just to see Mark get killed off just for nothing. But I think hopefully if the Five Nights at Freddy's film does well enough, apparently it's made over $150 million worldwide on its $20 million budget, even though it's already made back its budget from, you know, even before the movie even came out. Even though the Rotten Tomato score critically was at 20-something%, while audiences was around 90-something%. So it was made for the fans. Kind of similar to the Mario movie. So I wonder how well the movie is going to do. I've yet to even see it because I've been pretty busy myself with some other projects, especially the video that would come out on Halloween that I currently, at the time of me filming this, gotta finish. Because a certain webhead was kind of in my way a little bit, and, you know, just haven't had enough time to really work on all that because I've been working constantly and kind of tired all the time when I get home. But I want to record a couple videos prior to, you know, the next week, because that was what I intended to do. So, I don't know. But enough rambling on. I hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction. If you like what you saw here, hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Be sure to ring that bell to be part of the notification squad. Be sure to check out my Instagram because I make collabs with Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and myself. I used to act as a cosplays on there, so go check it out. And be sure to check out my Tumblr and my Discord in the description as well. So until next time, JRD96 signing out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.